Welcome back. If you're new here, we are Linn and Erik. And a while ago, we decided to quit our 9-to-5 jobs, rent out our apartment in Stockholm, and buy a 33-foot sailboat from 1980 to sail all the way to the Mediterranean, together with our little first mate Nora. In this video, something happens that turns everything upside down. I don't even know how to say this. Can you say it?
No.
We sailed to Germany, ready to enter the Kiel Canal, the real gateway south. But instead of continuing our journey, we say goodbye to our beloved sailboat Lady 4 and our floating home for good. Oh, we're breaking up with Lady 4.
We emptied the boat until 2 o'clock in the night. So we didn't even bother to get a hotel or something. So we just slept in our rental car.
We find ourselves without a boat, a home, and without a clear plan. We don't have a boat or a place to stay, or a place to put all our stuff, or anything. What happens next, you will find out in this episode. Subscribe to join us on our adventure towards the Mediterranean. Welcome to Sail and Doxie.
And we're off again. And I think today we leave Denmark and we are heading to Germany.
Denmark has been short but sweet.
Short but sweet. It was very fast sailing through Denmark. We were sailing with tailwind and broad reach, and we made our speed record 12 knots. So we had 2 days of very quick sailing through Denmark. Denmark is not as big as Sweden. It's quite a difference when you come down to Denmark. It feels more tropical than Sweden. Yeah, we had a great time in Denmark, and now we're heading to Germany. We are tacking again. We're doing 5 knots. The weather is a bit foggy. Whoa. Mr. Barista coming up.
Don't spill.
Oh. Hate me or love me, but I have actually worked at Joe & Juice as a coffee maker.
Are you like a certified barista?
Absolutely not.
Because I am.
I sucked at doing foam
Foam-art.
art. Yeah. And for the record, I worked as a juicer. They called us at Joe & Juice when I was 20 maybe. Straight after high school. We have kitted ourselves in case of any bad weather. We have put up the radar reflector over there, just in case. You never know. It's good to be spotted by big ships because there's a big fairway for ships just over there.
There are a lot of ships going there right now
Yes.
that we can see, but maybe they can't see us.
On this side we have a field of wind turbines here out in the ocean. So now we're cruising just between the fairway and the field of wind turbines. This is how it looks on the chart plotter. Here is the big fairway and here is the field of wind turbines, and we're just cruising in the middle. There's a big dark cloud over there, so we better prepare and put on our rain gear. The wind just died, and I think it's up. Yeah, the calm before the storm.
Now we made a quick decision to tack earlier than planned because we were checking the weather radar and we saw that there was a like a cloud with thunder, and we can hear the thunder over there. So we were checking the weather radar, and it looked like the thunder clouds were gonna pass like right in front of us. So we decided to tack to try to stay beside the thunder clouds instead of sailing straight into them. And I really hope that this was the right decision. So now we are gonna pass this fairway. We can hear the thunder and we can see the lightning striking down. And I feel quite good that we have this ship close to us. It was raining heavily for a while. It's kind of scary because it's kind of scary because the sight just disappears when it starts to rain like that. But now the sight is back. I've been counting how many seconds there are between the lightning and the thunder, so I can actually hear that, or the thunder is going further away.
Linn is prepping some emergency food after a pretty hectic sail, and we are very hungry.
Yes.
And we didn't prepare any snacks or dinner or something like that, so that was a little bit of a fail, but now we are very hungry.
Yeah.
So it's blood pudding once again, blood sausage
The best emergency
with
food.
bacon and maybe carrots. No carrots?
I don't have the energy to peel carrots, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fine. So we enter this Yachthafen Burgtiefe in German.
Sorry.
And we just took the first place we could find, and that was a private spot owned by some guy who isn't here right now, but his neighbor said that we could use his spot until tomorrow, and we are leaving tomorrow morning, so we are staying here. So that was nice, and we had to go in quick because Nora was very needy. She needed to have her pee. Yeah, now we are in Germany, the motherland, Nora, right? Dachshund.
Good morning. It looks like I don't know what in here, but we had to hang everything to get dry in here because it was raining so much yesterday, so we had a lot of clothes that became really wet. It's very early today because there will be no wind after lunch, so we have to get started very early to get anywhere today. It's 4:30 now, and
I'm tired.
yeah. The crazy thing is that I woke up 15 minutes before the alarm went off. So I woke up at 3:45. Ready to start today. Today we really want to make it to Kiel, so that's why we had to go up this early, because otherwise we would have been stuck here with no wind. So let's see how far we get. We have like 7 hours now with wind, hopefully. 5 in the morning and the sun is starting to show. We left with another sailboat, so that's always nice to have company. And I think I'm gonna do some breakfast before we take the sails out. Går det bra, älskling? Ska dansken åt samma håll som oss? Mamma, det var jobbigt igår också. Allt var så här helt himla.
Ja.
Man liksom inte kan torka någonting för att det bara regnar. Lät inte en tork.
We have now sailed 24.5 nautical miles, a few hours left. We are tacking between military practice areas, and it's a pretty interesting situation in front of us. There's a military area just in front, and there's a sailing boat way further in who's crossing over. But there's a military vessel that now
It looks like they're approaching them.
Yeah, there's a military ship approaching that sailboat. So I don't think we're gonna continue crossing into this practice area, because sometimes you're allowed to cross over, but not the case today, I think.
Now we saw that the military boat approached the sailboat that is inside the military practice area. So we just tacked now before entering it. But now the military vessel is on their way here. And I don't really know why. I hope they won't approach us. I mean, we are outside of the practice area, I think. Here is the military practice area on this side. So we have just been tacking outside of it to be on the safe side. Here the military is coming right towards us.
Linn, did you get nervous?
A little bit. I was like, what the hell did we do wrong?
But we didn't do anything wrong. So I guess they're
just checking us out.
They were shining a light at us. So
But they probably warned us that we shouldn't go into the military practice area.
But we have channel 16 on, and they have said
and also
nothing.
Because the other sailboat, they tacked, so it looks like they are trying to get out of the...
Yeah, the other sailboat is on its way out of that area. So let's continue sailing.
Yes. We have been out now for 10 hours. And the wind died almost died 3 hours ago. So around lunchtime, but for a while we were just chilling. The weather has been amazing, so we were just chilling for a while on the ocean, going forward in 1 to 2 knots, which was very relaxing actually, after a few days of more dramatic sails. So that was quite nice. But now we figured we kind of want to get to Kiel, so we started the motor, and we have 9 miles left, and there are so many military practice areas around here, and we have been kind of unsure of if we can pass them or not. Går det bra? Have you ever seen a more chill sailor dog? 12-hour sail today, girl. You've been so good. Hey.
We made it to Kiel!
Yay! We saw a dolphin today.
Yeah, very rare to see dolphins outside of Kiel, but we saw.
Yeah, we asked ChatGPT if it was even possible, and it said yes, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
It was definitely a dolphin.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But now we have arrived to this marina here in Schilksee. I don't know the pronunciation.
It's very big. Very
but
big
I
marina.
think it was, yeah, the biggest marina yet and the cheapest one also, I think. We paid 40 euros for two nights.
And then everything is included except showers.
Yeah.
But electricity, which we usually pay extra for otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good, and it's like much warmer here, and there's a beach right here beside the marina.
This boat was called Petit Four. Now our boat is called Lady Four. There's a very nice Naiad here in absolutely amazing condition.
Okay, this is insane. We are insane. I don't even know how to say this. Can you say it?
No. I can't say it.
You have to say it. You have to say
You
it.
say it.
No, I can't say it.
We have sold our boat.
It's true. We just sold our boat. And we don't have another boat yet. Erik is writing a contract to sell our boat. We're gonna sleep here 2 more nights, and then we don't have a boat or a place to stay or a place to put all our stuff or anything. So that's the situation. Does this mean the boat adventure to the Mediterranean ends?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Definitely not. This means that we are on the hunt for a new boat, and the reasons for that are many.
We need to rent a car, we need to find some
Yeah,
storage
yeah.
for our stuff.
This went very fast. So tomorrow we're gonna have to rent a car, and then we will empty the boat with all our stuff, and then we're gonna have to rent a storage space somewhere here around Kiel, because that's where we are right now, and put our things there, and then we need to find somewhere to sleep, and then we will just start the hunt for our new boat.
So we have some news. New owners are coming to pick up the boat tonight. She's a perfect boat for the Baltic Sea and exploring that, but she's not made for this type of sailing that we're gonna do further on. It's a bit too small and missing some instruments and stuff like that. So
And an anchor in the front,
Yes.
very important thing.
and a guest cabin.
A separate toilet. Yeah, there are a few things that we really want on our next boat.
But otherwise, it's a very nice boat, and we're a little bit
Yeah,
sad
of
to
course.
let her go.
Yes, it's gonna be very strange to see her go away without us.
So we are stuck here in Kiel without a boat. We have some boats that we're looking at, so we hope they check out and are as good as we think. We are strange.
We know we are strange.
So right now we are pretty much
Boatless
boatless
and homeless.
homeless. So we have rented a car, so we can pick it up in 45 minutes, and we need to empty our boat with our personal stuff. We will probably need to get a storage unit, and we need to figure out our living situation the
And-
next few days.
Yeah, and God knows how long it will take to find our next boat. I really hope it goes pretty fast. So yeah, let's see what happens next. We don't even know that. We have just got back to the boat and we are starting to empty it.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it feels very, very strange. You said to me it feels like you have broken up with a girlfriend.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, we're breaking up with Little 4. So sad. But even though this feels very sad, I also feel hopeful about our boat future. That we will find something more suitable for us and our adventure. The new owners are coming here tonight. So we will now unload and pack everything, and then we will fill up the car and see if we can fit everything in like one go or if we have to go a few times. We brought a little bit too much stuff. We got some stuff. I look happier than I am because I've been sleeping for 4 hours and we were doing this all day yesterday until the middle of the night, and now it's like 6 in the morning.
So we kept working all night and we emptied the boat until 2 o'clock in the night. So we didn't even bother to get a hotel or something. So we just slept in our rental car.
Yeah, for like 4 hours.
Yes, and now the time is 6 in the morning. So
We have said our last goodbye now to Lady 4.
these 2 days have been very
Hectic.
and stressful. Got about 24-hour notice that they were coming. So the plan is right now to find a boat here in the Kiel area.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And then take that boat and just continue our adventure.
Why are we in a house?
In the backyard house barbecuing by ourselves. We're looking to buy another boat. And the seller of that boat invited us to stay at his house until we
Might buy his
yeah,
boat.
he said, buy my boat or not, but you can stay at my house. He was very friendly. He said we could come here, and then he drove off to his summer house. So we have his main house to ourselves.
That feels pretty unique that someone have so much trust in people they don't know that they let you take their house by themselves.
Yes.
But he can trust us. And today was also the day that we said our final goodbyes to Lady 4. Very, very sad and strange to let her go.
I actually cried a little bit.
You cried a lot. I've never seen her cry this much.
I was very, very touched.
But we still feel like it was the right decision to sell her and find a new boat. So hopefully this boat that we are looking at will be the one. German beer, of course. so now we have an Airbnb in Flensburg, which is the city where we are looking at our hopefully next boat. And today it is Monday, I think, and we will know for sure on Wednesday if we will buy this boat or not. If it's not this one, then we might have to go to another country, the Netherlands maybe, because they have a lot of boats for sale. And scout over there, but of course we want this boat to be good. So we will test sail on Wednesday, and that is what we are waiting for right now. But everything feels and looks good on land, because the boat is on land right now. I wonder sometimes if we really are nuts for doing this, or if we will be there in the Mediterranean on a bigger, better boat and thank ourselves for doing this one day. Who would have thought that we would end up in a suburban in Flensburg in Germany?
A week ago.
Not me anyway. Hello. Moin, moin.
Here in northern Germany, the phrase for saying hello is moin. So everybody says moin moin.
Is it only in northern Germany?
Yeah, the only part I've heard of it is here. Maybe it's all over Germany, but I think it's around there. Yeah. So we had to look it up, and it is in just the northern parts of Germany where you say moin as hello. If you come to the northern parts of Germany, you can say moin.
So, I think if you want to, you can take something here and pay what you think it's worth and put it in here. I have no idea because I can't read German. But that's just my guess. Film design, and maybe someone on YouTube can translate it for us and see if I was right or not. You passed.
Did I do it right?
You can continue to be the captain. On Wednesday, the boat that we hope to buy is going in the water. We will have 2 days of waiting, and yeah, tomorrow we will go to the boat again, so we have been very thorough.
Tomorrow we also have a survey on the boat, and we hope everything checks out. Have some sea trials, and if everything checks out even then, we will probably buy that boat.
Yay! I really hope that everything will be fine with the boat, because in my mind I have already bought it and started sailing through the Kiel Canal. If we buy the boat, you'll have to wait and see until our next video. So we will finish this one here. Thank you so much for watching. We love to read all your comments. It's so much fun. And thank you very much for your support.
We're walking uphill, so we're a bit exhausted.
If you want some more live updates, because we are posting quite a lot about this live, and on YouTube we're always like 2 weeks behind, you can follow our Instagram.
Thank you for watching. Bye bye.